Hey guys, welcome back today. Today we have an amazing, awesome guest, Brendan Rose. He's an osteo. He's a good mate of ours. Both these boys have no idea what our topic is today.
Oh, I do. You've spoken.
No,
first.
I'm lying.
Oh, you
I'm
should
joking.
lie.
I'm joking. No, but yes and no, similar on the line of the topic that I talked to you about. But I'm going to actually set up this podcast or session conversation with the like asking you both to be vulnerable, open, honest, and for me too, right? I feel like we're going to share our truth, and it doesn't mean that it's the truth for everyone, but we're going to share our truth and our sort of perspective on things. So lately I have come across a lot of things talking about masculinity, right? And what a healthy masculine is. And also this whole shift of this one idea of masculinity to what people think being masculine and supportive of masculine is. It's quite funny to me too. Stop it. I don't know where you're going with this. I've got visuals too. But I wanted to share my opinion on what, as a female, I consider a healthy masculine. I want you guys to also share what your ideal of a healthy masculine is.
Okay.
Touching on what, if there has been a shift in your own perception of what you thought masculinity was, and if you did certain things, this is what made you masculine, now it's different, or if it stayed the same. I sort of want to have an idea of like, where are people and where are things in relation to that now?
Sweet.
So who wants to go first?
Brendan, would you like to start?
Well,
It's a big topic.
yeah, well, I don't think that I'm more of like a masculine type guy. I think I'm actually a little bit more feminine, if I would say. If you actually look at my circle of friends, a lot of them are actually female. So masculinity doesn't come very natural for me in that sense. And I think I had to work on that as a child.
Okay, wait 1 second though. You got to define then what your masculinity means to you.
My masculinity, to me, well, it's not the same as everybody else's.
That's
I
right.
guess. It's not the same because it depends on that individual nature of that person. So masculinity is not defined as one particular thing. So for Joey, it might be something different. For you, like more masculine boxing, sort of that sort of real aggressive type. But I find masculinity has to be a balance between female and masculine at the same time. So your biological structure is different to your feminine and masculine energy. There's two different types of things. You can still be biologically male, but your feminine and masculine energy is going to be quite different. So you might have more feminine energy rather than more masculine. But there always has to be balance between left and right in that
Harmony.
yeah. Or yin and yang, or left and right, whatever you see it as, there's got to be balance.
Yep. So, okay. So, when you say though, a couple of things I want to pick up on. You said you feel like you're more feminine and that's why you have a lot more female friends, right?
Yeah.
I can flip that on you and say maybe you're more masculine, that's why you attract the feminine.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Well, in my experience of my own life, like I've always questioned why I had more female friends, and I think that's because I grew up with mum and my sister. My dad was like always working late, so I never really had that masculine figure in my life. I had my uncles and stuff like that, but they weren't really there all the time. So I was always spending a lot of time around my sister and my mum. But I had to develop the more masculine side of me because it wasn't there when I was younger.
That's what I'm saying. When you say masculine side of you, I've known you for a while now, right?
Yeah.
So if someone's going to say to me, okay, what are the qualities of Brendan? I would say Brendan's a safe space.
Yeah.
Right? Brendan can ground you. Brendan can hold space for you.
Yeah.
Brendan is very structured too.
Yeah.
You have a way of being and stuff. So when I look at all that too, you play sports, you're quite your own person too. You don't get led astray. You sort of like dabble in a bit of this, but nothing like, unless it sort of is what you want to do, you don't get influenced.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I consider all of that very masculine.
Yeah, that's interesting because you're right. That is a masculine quality, like to be very grounding
Yeah.
and to have that structure,
Yeah.
that routine, and,
Yeah.
and be safe for that for the female, really.
Yeah.
The masculine.
You're sweating, man.
Am I?
I'm joking.
That's because I'm surrounded by two people.
You don't want to see under this
really
table.
close.
I'm like, woo! But very pressure, yeah.
Yeah. So the masculine for me is always been like keeping a safe space for the feminine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've always had that, especially in all my relationships, always been
Yeah.
try and keep them safe, like
Yeah.
financially, whether that's
So like a protector.
Yeah,
which is,
yeah.
protector, which is
Being a protector, yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
And you? What about you?
And me.
This guy's had a journey, mate, of masculinity, I know.
Very masculine. All right, so
I
yeah,
aspire to be like. That's how you got to be. Like.
Going back on like what Brendan was saying with the having harmony,
Yeah.
being balanced. Aisha keeps telling me, look at the camera,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna look at you. All right.
Turn, don't be like this.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. So that look before going into this spiritual work, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was masculine to me was a man who didn't show any emotion but anger. You know what I mean? Like aggressive nature, like a King Kong type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not able to show emotion of sadness, vulnerability, tears, and very hard to show love. Or love was a thing that turned on and off really quickly for me. Where like I felt when I showed too much love, or when a man showed too much love, he had to then turn it off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Too much.
Can't be too
in my
soft.
head or soft.
Too
yeah.
soft,
You can't be
yeah,
too soft.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I always saw the masculine to be the protector, right? But I was too far, I think, one way, one-sided, and not being in touch or shutting off the feminine side, because really, me deep down, I hung out with a lot of girls as well, right? But growing up, I'm gonna be real, like fuck it, I don't care what people think. but growing up at school, seeing the blokes who hung around just girls were very feminine, and they spoke. I think they're probably homosexual or whatever.
Yeah.
But to me, I was like, the fuck are they doing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I saw another extreme in my eyes was like, to have any feminine, you're gonna look like that. You're gonna act like that.
Yeah.
And you're gonna start acting
Being
like a
like
female.
that, yeah.
And your characteristics and the way you express yourself is very feminine. The way they walk and talk and all that shit. But I never until now understood that no, you don't have to express yourself that way. But did I always want to protect the woman? Yes. Did I always know you have to respect the woman more than... I always felt like I had to respect the woman more than a man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a way, so... Yeah, like... But at the same time, I started liking things like chick songs. Songs that girls like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't always have to be hardcore rap. And every time I would listen to something or think I like something that girls liked, I think, oh no, here comes my defense wall again. I'm gonna go back to just in the streets, thug this, thug that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because I clearly didn't have an understanding.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I thought, I thought the masculine has to be a dog eat dog situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think culture plays a big part. Yeah, first like family, and then culture, and then society. Because if I look at it, right, I come from an Indian background, and 100% there's a massive division between males and females.
Yeah.
Right, don't worry about masculine and feminine, but males and females, they're segregated, they're separated. You are this and you are that, right? And I see it working in relationship dynamics, in just home dynamics, in society dynamics. It shows up. right? And so, you know, even when I look back and I like I have a son now, and I think, you know, like, what is a healthy masculine? What is something that I've got to be aware of when raising a boy? Because you got to think about it, right? Even these things of, like, you know, we're taught that if a guy is looking at girls and that, it's cool, and if he can have sex with 50 girls, it's a man thing, it's a masculine thing. Those things, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that defines masculinity, or do you think now, and it doesn't, it could still be that if that's your thought and feeling, but do you think as you are sort of integrating the whole feminine energy and masculine energy and sort of like tapping into, you know, that harmony between yourself, and to be honest, in order to do that, you've got to have a really strong sense of self. You can't do this work, right, if you're wishy-washy. Right, you got to know who the fuck you are in order to say, I'm gonna fucking go down this path and explore what masculine is to me, what feminine is to me, right? Because it also doesn't mean you need to paint your nails. You can, I don't know, like, for me, it doesn't fucking show me that you're healthy masculine.
No.
I don't get that fuck. I just don't get it. Maybe it's just me, but that doesn't make me, if my partner was painting its nails, that does not make me feel safe.
Yeah.
I'll be
I
like,
know
what?
what you mean. I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know, it sort of would be like, that doesn't show me that you got me.
Yeah.
That's you trying to be like your sister or me. And that's not how I see masculine. Masculine, again, supportive, loving, leading, holding, you know, being disciplined, a little bit more rigid when needed to be, you know, all those things. And I feel like, yeah, even that thing of like being with 50 women and having that thing and all that stuff, I think, you know, we have to change that in our culture, in my opinion. Because, you know, like, I would never say to my son, the more girls you like, now that I understand energy and sort of like all that dynamics, I'm like, bro, it's not just about that now. Like, you know, how do you now see the masculine in that way? You know, how do you see that? That's what I wanted to ask you guys with all that cultural stuff too. Like, oh, women should cook and men shouldn't cook, and you know, it shows up in so many things. It's not just in the way you dress now. It's an imprint in our culture. So think about it. The way we start to work with those energies and relate to them, it will actually spread out into our homes and then out of our homes. So that's what I'm asking, like, what are your thoughts on the girl has to cook and clean? And I'm not saying that's bad, because I love it, right? But what are your thoughts on certain things are for boys to do, certain things are not for girls to do, all that stuff? And what makes a man masculine with like sexuality and stuff?
Well, I look at it so differently now.
Yeah.
Because males have always been conquestual. They've always wanted to dominate as many females as possible. That's always what we've been about. But I guess that's just a societal thing, isn't it? But we're not looking at human beings as being more than just physical. If you're looking at that aspect of things, then dominating things is what males are about in that sense, based on society. Yeah. But the more that we start looking at the human being, we start to realize there's more onion layers to what that is. There's more energy, there's more emotion, more intellect, you know, all these kinds of things. And then there's a physical body. So in the context of the female, like, I think, especially for females, women have become a little bit more conquestual these days than males.
I agree.
The lines are getting blurred.
They are. And I think that's because women are trying to be a little bit more like men, and it's throwing off the balance between
100%.
masculine and feminine. And it doesn't mean that females can't do what men are doing, but you have to be wary about the consequences of that.
Agreed.
So for example, if a female went out and did what males have been doing for the last, you know, thousand years, you'll find there's something happening in your sacral chakra in that way. You'll hold that emotion within your body. There are consequences for that, because that womb space is so
Suppressed.
delicate.
And it's like you're not.
It's very delicate.
Yeah.
In the line of work that I do, the amount of sacral chakra stuff that I see, like in women holding pain within their pelvis. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
look at now, endometriosis is now a big thing.
I know.
Polycystic ovaries is
Yeah.
now
Can't
all of a
get
sudden-
pregnant.
Can't get pregnant.
Yeah.
All these things. There's also other things like the pill and all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
have
yeah.
also played a part. But
These add
I
to
see
it
it
too.
as like that trauma, that emotion that's held now within the body,
Mm.
and it's always on their male side. The male side is the right side. So if you ever look at anyone's pubic bone, it's always the right, especially female, it's always the right side. And that tells me already that there's an imbalance between female.
Because I think the shift has happened between being into doing for women.
Yes.
So now, you know,
They're trying to prove something.
you
right?
have to, well, think about it. Part of it has become because, look, you got to understand it this way, right? When a female is not feeling safe, she can't blossom, she can't whatever. So say there are financial issues, or there are, like, you know, you're in a situation where you don't feel safe and secure, you have to do, and that shuts off. Your safety, security shuts off, and you become, you are a doer. You have to do, right?
Yeah.
Whereas we weren't made for that.
Yeah.
So I feel like exactly right that it is very off balance both ways. I think we're confusing it, because I think a lot of girls thinking that they can do, and I was one of these, that I'm just going to beat the guy at the game so that I can be that at that level, right? So I literally used to be more masculine, because I thought that was how I would stand up for myself, be someone, because if I challenged the alpha, if I challenged the alpha and I got him, I'm good,
Yeah.
right? And then you got men now who are wearing a skirt and stop it. Stop. I just feel like, mate, it's not my place to, you know. I'll be honest though.
But do you
I
feel
find it odd.
it's odd? But do you feel it is?
I just don't know.
That, do you feel like it's more like it's not even anywhere near authentic to that person?
I don't know about
You can
that.
tell
I don't
someone's
know.
being authentic.
I honestly
yeah.
don't know about that, but I'm a female, right? And if I'm a strong female and my partner's wearing a skirt, it would throw it off for me, because I would have to see you as at that level of like, man, if we're fighting, you are fighting, bare knuckle and all, right? So because you know, you got to think about it. We attract and we like partners for different reasons, right? But we have this biological need of like, the men want to reproduce and make offspring, and we want safety and security and home. So we have home, right? This is biological. Now, think about with all the hormones and stuff that's going on with the pill and stuff, you're actually attracting for different reasons, different purpose, right? So when I look at it, I've never been on the pill, but if I look at it and if I find, and I'm being very open and honest, if I find that partner is a little bit more feminine in expression more than me, I lose attraction straight away.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it dips for me, right? Because the masculinity has to be above where I'm at, right? That's just for me, right? So if there was a person who all of a sudden wanted to express himself as in a skirt with me, my body would shut down.
Yeah.
My body would just like, oh my God, I can't deal with that.
For somebody else, that might
be different, yeah. Because like, for example, for me,
but sorry, one more thing before you don't lose a thought. But then that also doesn't mean that you actually get what a feminine is just by you wearing a skirt.
no, that's
where
it's
I'm
like
confused.
you're trying to prove a point.
Yeah, because if I wear a baseball cap and
a
a t-shirt and shorts or cricket gear, I'm not going to feel like a man.
Yeah.
Like I don't, you know, like I don't know how this all works.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
But like saying, like when you were saying then before, like what your energy levels need in a partner, and that with me, I've always been attracted to the female who is a little bit alpha and masculine. You know, confident. The girls that I got along with in high school and growing up were pretty. We go
But
out,
like a
they
tomboy,
doll up,
like a
all
tomboy,
the boys want them,
Yeah.
but they can punch on.
Yeah.
If she got real,
Yeah.
they're ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so we could relate to each other.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm the same now. Like, I've had partners growing up that are really I don't know, because I don't know what really a feminine should 100% be, yeah?
Yeah.
But, like, let's say the real girly type, or whatever you want to call it, right? And it's never worked out with them, but then my wife now is a hands-on,
where
cut
it
the grass,
does that.
use a
Exactly.
drill, drive manual,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
ride motorbikes, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was the attraction, or the main attraction, do you know what I'm saying?
Agree.
So it was, so I think it does change for everybody, like it's different. But I just feel like there is, right now, like what we're living in now and what we're seeing and hearing, because it's becoming very common now, right? Like, I feel like society, it's coming from a place where they're trying to prove something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not, it doesn't feel very authentic.
It's not, it doesn't feel natural.
It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel like an authentic place where it's coming from. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And I do, and it's in this place of like, and you know what? Porn used to be really cool 20 years ago. It's a fucking disease now, because it's not even something that you got to look for, make a bit of effort, and it's sneaky. It is so freaking
accessible,
consumed and accessible, and so freaking ridiculous now that, you know what, you got to look at it and go, oh, is it really cool? Like, is that really cool?
The reality of that now, it's something that is so accessible and so, like, whatever. It doesn't, in our life, in our world, it doesn't hold much power.
But that's what I'm saying,
it destroys marriages today.
Mate,
it's actually a real stigma now. Do you know what I mean?
It's not even a stigma. Do you know they did a thing? It's like a what do they call when they like
a what?
Not a pandemic. What do they call like a? It's like
pandemic. Are you going to cut us out? YouTube going to cut us out?
It's like a disease. Like it's gone through. It's not even addiction. It's like it's a thing that's gone through society and has spoiled our brain, our kids, our everything. It's just become
epidemic.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, not bad.
You
knew I had something in me, mate. 2 years of listening to the TV, I got something out of it.
It actually has, and you know, they did a study on this boy. They actually studied this boy. I was telling you about it from the age of 11 to 19. He was on like porn and all that stuff. And
he was being a teenager.
TikTok, they assessed his brain, and the words they used is his brain was fried.
Wow.
Right, and it's like, can you imagine? And like, you know, back in the day, you live in a village and you had the two girls, and you're like, yeah, man, I'm a stud. Now you can have access to fucking whoever you want with OnlyFans, and bro, nothing is left, right? And I think, and so many people are having so much sex, and boys are doing it and everything, and girls are doing it too now. And I look back, and you know, you told me about, you know, people who like on the surface are having high class jobs, but behind the doors are like going out of their way, doing their thing. And I think that is not a fucking healthy masculine, brother. No. You know what a healthy masculine is? The one that has the balls to go, you know what? I no longer want to be in this marriage or relationship. I'm out. That's a fucking healthy man. Yeah. Right? Except for keeping a woman there or a girlfriend there or whatever, and then going around doing this thing, addicted to porn, That to me is not a healthy match, because you can get 5 people having sex with you one night.
Well, I don't know about you, but releasing that chi from the body is like, it's actually quite. I only just started discovering now.
I think that's how you started up.
It's a late one.
One day, just like, what is this? It's
Save the best.
But yeah, saving that actually helps a lot. And I noticed that. Yeah. See, this is so related to bay chakras, which is like hay fever. Man, I used to get hay fever all the time.
Wow.
All the time. All the time. And so I've noticed that when you save it, there's more energy within the body. If you're attuned to certain things, you'll feel it. Yeah. If you're not attuned to it, you'll just go about your life and you won't know anything. But if just experiment with your own body, just don't wait for a month and just see how you feel.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
And then do it 2 or 3 times in one day, and then see how you feel. Like, it's just a matter of experimenting. Of course, you'll feel the very energy in your life.
Also, think about all the people's energy you take in and give out. Like, you know, you're actually.
But like, people don't think about it.
I'm just like, bro, no thank you.
They think it's just a physical
thing. And and that's what I say. Like, I feel like, you're not a hero now that you can, because it's not. First of all, it's not that hard anymore. It's not that fucking rocket science. So you've lost that
You're not
as well.
Casanova anymore.
Yeah, relax, bro.
Yeah, you
right?
can't Uber that
Relax, chick. Relax, bro, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Right. There's no fucking, and you're giving away so much of yourself. Whereas I think a really, really solid masculine actually owns, is responsible, is accountable, and fucking speaks his truth, and it has
There's
integrity.
Yeah, there's integrity.
Right? And I think fucking hats off to those guys, because I'm like, I'm not saying things have to work out this way or the way. You have to do certain things that way. But man, speaking your truth and standing in that and not fooling people is a huge part. But now I feel like, those things are getting less and less, and we think that we wear nail polish and we make up for the masculine. I'm like, bro, it's characteristics, it's integrity, it's values, it's the way you show up in life. It's not just about fucking painting your nails.
It's just appearance.
Right?
Well, appearance is what basically everybody else would define you as, isn't it?
Yeah. And how easy is it to cheat someone? Like, oh, I should just look this way,
100%.
Yeah.
and I'll fucking fool you.
Yeah.
Right?
Men are doing it every day.
Yeah. Everyone
Hang
does.
on, you're a man.
100%. I know, it's fucking crazy world.
It does.
But it goes both ways.
It does, yeah. Internal experience is more valued, I think.
100%.
Yeah, and that's where the masculine and the feminine has to be balanced internal, and you have to go inside and find that and figure that out for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a keen observation of going inside and working out what the fuck you are. Like,
Yeah.
have you allowed to swear in this?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Oh, okay.
We love that shit. Bleep.
No, 100%. Like I had to look at myself and go, fuck, I'm masculine. Like there was ways where I didn't want to receive help. I didn't want to fucking nah. I'll do it like that. That exhausted me.
Yeah.
That exhausted me after a while.
Yeah.
So I want ease and grace now. Fuck that. I don't want to be a man.
Yeah. That's right.
Do you know? Calm the fuck down, Age.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a man.
Yeah.
Ease and grace, ease and grace.
No.
And it is. Even girls, go through that as well. So now, what do you define as, in your eyes, a healthy masculine? Like you got a boy, how would you rate him?
I define a healthy masculine being...
Preach, brother, preach.
I'll preach, I'll stand up and preach. No, I define a healthy masculine now, again, director Ace. Steven Spielberg, yeah? Yeah, look, I define a healthy masculine now as a protector, okay? Someone who can be King Kong when he has to be, but also has to be loving, show vulnerability, express every emotion that he has.
Yeah.
Whether it's, for example, myself now, when my kids cry, yes, I'm a human being. Yes, it's frustrating when I'm trying to get shit done and they're just being a little bit like fucking 4-year-olds and 2-year-olds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, instead of communicating so much, they want to express frustration or whatnot. Yeah. It does get hard.
Yes.
We're not saying we're fucking superhumans here, and no, it gets hard. But I now have the intelligence to then calm myself down and go, let him or let her finish the cycle of crying. And I tell them now, it's okay, I'll give them a hug and I'll say, finish your crying, I'm here, I'm ready. And when you finish crying, we'll talk.
Yeah.
And what I find is, within 3 seconds, they finish crying.
Yeah.
Because I have then got them thinking about, we're going to talk now. Instead of going, stop fucking sooking.
Yeah.
Why are you fucking sooking for? Stop crying. And then they just escalate even higher. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then thinking that, I don't know, it's just thinking that's what a masculine's meant to be. Like, yell louder than your child is, or dominate that person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And you know what the beautiful, I've seen your journey, the beautiful part of that whole thing is I don't think you express the depth of it, because I feel like since you've done that, you've also done it for your wife, you've done it for the women that you coach, you've done it for the men that you coach, you've done it holding space for me. Like, I feel like you really have become that protector, that supporter, that one that sees and is patient enough to actually allow someone to express emotions.
Yeah,
You've actually done that now, like
I'm
with
okay
everyone.
with that now.
Yeah,
I'm okay
and that's a
with,
fucking great.
I'm okay with being around someone who's
I
shedding a
never
tear
hear
and me
him,
shedding one too.
and I never hear you
Yeah.
go, oh, look at that girl, look at that girl, look at that, because I think, oh god, yeah, I get it, but fuck, like even that has shifted, right, from going like looking at that, and that's been the value
you know
point
what,
to
as
now
well,
like, oh no man, look at how my wife works.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because you know what I feel, Ash, as well?
Yeah.
I don't see things on the surface anymore.
There you go.
I don't
There you
look
go.
at life on a surface level
There you
anymore. Even if you're having a shit day or whatever,
Mm.
could be anything, right?
Yeah.
I don't look at it on the surface anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like I look at life more in depth,
Yeah.
so it doesn't affect you. I think
Yeah.
it doesn't affect
Yeah,
you.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Everything
Yeah.
is deeper now.
Yeah.
So much deeper now.
It's great.
Definitely. Well, I agree. Everything what he said is perfect. You're basically trying to play mum and dad in the same role.
Mm.
Like you're not in that aggressive way and not in that reactive way, but more in that compassionate way and understanding how when it's time to shed a tear and when it's time
Yeah.
to assert your boundaries.
Yeah.
So I think you put it beautifully. But you're right. Not looking at somebody just as their shell, like actually looking into their soul and go, hey man, I get you. Like, I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
And that's, well, in our job, that's what we do. We don't look at somebody as a shell anymore. I look at them as like, man, what have you been through?
Yeah.
Because your body's telling me everything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and the body doesn't lie.
Yeah.
So it goes deeper than that.
Yeah.
It goes, and you must look at everybody like that.
Yeah.
Don't just
That's
look
what I'm
at somebody
saying.
as
You
as
love them.
mirrors.
It's your friend. Yeah. Exactly.
100%. Everyone, huh?
That's right.
Man, and you know what? For a girl to hear that, like, fuck, you know, it's the first time a girl can feel safe.
Well, you were fucking unsafe before.
Yeah. Oh, you guys, I'm fucking safe. Look at these guys.
What do you mean? You're unsafe around us? I've been since I was 18.
Dickhead.
She's dangerous.
No, but listen, this also came out because I wasn't safe with
100%.
men, right?
Yeah,
I was
'cause
abused
you're
by
right.
a
And
masculine.
you were more of that
So
alpha
yeah,
dominating
because
person.
I was betrayed by masculine, so
Yeah.
my journey through this whole thing
Yeah.
first became I'm going to challenge him, I'm going to defeat him, I'm going to conquer him, I'm going to beat him, right? I got there, it was great, and then I realized that I was numb and all that stuff, and then you know I deprived myself of the feminine, right? But then I came to realize too that hey, I miss out. I miss out, right? So then, but like I'm getting emotional talking about, but like, fuck, it feels good to have guys in my life that I feel like, fuck, I'm safe with them. That's what a feminine wants, man.
Hey, you know, can I say one more thing too?
Yeah,
This
did
is
you
for
did you just take in how much I loved you just now?
I was actually thinking about myself. I was thinking about myself. Good job. I love you too. But honestly, but on like a surface level as well, for a lot of the blokes out there, if you think the woman has to just do all the cooking and cleaning, how useless are you going to be if that person's not around? Like I used to think that when I was younger. Then you know, started going coming into my head. What happened was actually my mum went away for a few months back to Syria to see her family years ago, and to Netherlands and Germany and that see family. So I saw my dad, who was a very masculine man.
Oh, he
Cook us dinner,
Yeah.
clean
Sick.
the house, do the washing, and I never knew he was capable of doing
Oh
this.
wow.
And I remember
That's
growing
it.
up as a
Yeah.
teenager, and I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Wow.
fuck, man,
Yeah.
Dad's got it going on.
Yeah.
Like in my eyes,
Yeah.
he's the ultimate man.
Yeah.
And he was hard on me,
Yeah.
but he was so loving on me as well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes.
So I have the utmost respect for him, and he even showed that when Mum wasn't around,
He still
when
got
she was
you.
overseas,
Yeah, he
he's
had to
like,
tap
I'll
into
hold this
feminine,
shit
yeah.
together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think once I saw that at a young age too, I was like, hang on, if my dad is doing it, I can do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I hope it gets passed on. It will.
100%.
But yeah, definitely.
And I'll tell you that your biggest gift to the feminine is for them to fucking feel just that they can just be feminine,
Yeah.
you know, and they can sit in that. They can be, they can cry. You're not going to judge. You're not going to look at them. You're not going to. And it's like, man, you know what? How much tension that release off that girl.
Yeah.
It's just to know that they can be who they are completely. That's man. That's where healing happens. That's where everything happens.
Yeah.
What do we do in the trauma course? How does healing happen? The first thing is safety.
Safe space. Yeah.
The resource of safety, environment of safety. So imagine a man can provide that for a girl. The fucking world will change.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely. But I think girls are seeking that too.
They are. Who doesn't?
Yeah, they
I
want,
want to
they
sit on
want
my
the
ass
guy
and feel
to
safe all
be.
day.
They want him to be
Yeah.
emotional.
100%.
I'm not very I never was that emotional.
You're getting there. You're pretty
Getting
good.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't realise that's what actually females want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That you want that.
Yeah, because growing up as a guy and you try and impress this chick, you want to be the toughest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk around like you're a mad dog, you know?
But every
That's not
man's got that safety mad dog.
Dude,
going
you
on.
know, last week I was feeling really shitty and I wasn't talking to anyone about it, but I had to, I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm feeling like this. And I just knew he could, like, and not that it was a big thing, but I was like
Yeah.
complaining to him, and I never do.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, it just feels good that I can offload on him for a bit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, felt good.
I was so
You know, it wasn't
exhausted
like,
after
did you-
that. I was so tired I could sleep.
Man, the girls gonna know where to start. That's what they're gonna learn.
Tell them,
Give them one chance to talk for half an hour.
I was like, shit, I'll finish
Shut
it.
up, man. You love me. No, but thanks, man. I love that conversation. That was a really good
What do you
one.
reckon,
Like
Brendan?
it?
I liked it.
I liked it. It was
Liked
good. Yeah, vulnerability.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's sign off, brother.
Come up here.
All right, hope you guys liked that one. We had Brendan in for the first time, which was great.
Yeah.
Which was
Thanks for
awesome.
having me. Yeah.
And I learned some words I never fucking heard before. Something that's to do with conquest, I think one of them.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, look, so I've actually had a few people message actually on our last episode,
Okay.
inbox us with, you know, just having a chat, which is good. So I'm
I
always
hope you're
open.
chatting.
What?
Have you been chatting today?
Yeah, I've been chatting.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, my vocabulary is good, everything,
Good.
grammar's good.
Got it.
So yeah, even if you guys want to have a chat, ask questions, go for it, please. The more the merrier. And
Till next time.
until next time.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
That was
Thanks
great.
for
Thanks, bro.
Wait, peace up.
What, peace? Or...
I'll do peace up, A-Town.
8 town.
Wait till she must say that.
Da-da.
Peace up, A-Town. I think it's like a franchise.
Where's A-Town?